Today, I'm going to tell you the first 4 things you should consider when buying an investment property. Then I'm going to tell you all about this wonderful listing that we have just steps to the Boston City line. I'm John Lynch with Dwell360 Real Estate in front of our new listing here in the Riverdale section of Dedham, Massachusetts. And I'm going to tell you all about this property, but I'm also going to tell you the 4 important things you should consider when buying an investment property right now. The first item is location. When considering an investment property, that location really should work for you. Now there's a rule in real estate, location, location, location. But you need to make sure this investment property works for you, and living within 20 to 30 minutes of that property will help you manage and take care of your assets. You also want to make sure that it works for you as far as if you were to live in the property, if the location works for you for your commute to work or other area amenities. In this case, for this Dedham property, we're just a mile away from 128. We're down the street from the Charles River, just only a quarter a mile away from Route 1 and the Boston city limits. The second important detail you really need to know about an investment property is the expenses. First, understanding what the mortgage payment's going to be on the property, and then also deciding whether you're going to manage the property or have it professionally managed. Then you have yearly taxes. In this case, that's about $7,805. Then you also have property insurance, and this current seller has been spending about $1,500 a year maintaining the homeowner's insurance. Then, in addition to that, you have additional utilities, and you'll always want to ask the question, who pays the utilities? Now, in a building like this, many of those utilities have been separated, and so that really puts the burden of those utility bills on the tenant, not the landlord. And that's an important fact for you to learn when looking at an investment property. You also have water and sewer expenses. So in a property like this, they've been spending about $200 a month in water and sewer expenses. Then you also have snow removal and landscaping. And so often a property owner can do the landscaping themselves or hire a landscaper to do it. In the case of this one, the snow removal costs about $50 per storm. One of the additional expenses you need to consider is a vacancy rate. Each lender has different requirements for vacancy rates when financing a property, and you should understand what the lenders are looking at for that rate. Once you determine what those expenses are, you can match that up with income and really get an understanding of your cash flow. And that is really key to buying an investment property. This property here is being rented for under market value. So understanding what the market value for these units will bring will definitely allow you to forecast your future cash flow. Okay, the fourth item. And the fourth item is understanding your long-term maintenance expenses and capital improvements. When you have a good understanding of what you might have to do to the property over a long-term basis, you can not only increase the value of the home, but also stay ahead of major capital improvements. So in the case of a property like this one, where the boilers were replaced 8 and 10 years ago, this driveway was replaced 5 years ago, the rubber membrane roof above the front porch was replaced about 4 years ago, and the windows for the property were replaced just about 15 years ago. This gives you really good insight over what type of capital improvements you may or may not have to make in the future. So let me tell you a little bit more about this 2-family home here in the Riverdale section of Dedham, Massachusetts. It's just over 2,400 square feet of living, and each unit has 2 bedrooms, a kitchen, a living room, a dining room, a bathroom, along with laundry in the basement for each unit. There's an attic also available for extra storage or maybe an opportunity to expand the property in the future. You're just down the street from major amenities and access to some of Boston's most exciting different areas and neighborhoods. So again, I'm John Lynch with Dwell360 Real Estate, and if you have any questions about this particular property, any other investment property in the Metro Boston area, or have any general real estate questions, I'd be happy to answer those questions for you. You can find us at Dwell360.com.